Hi there, and welcome back to Fuzzy on the Details. My name is Fuzzy, and today we've got the channel's second Community Spotlight video, focusing on folks who have made significant contributions to the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. Our previous installment was focused on 3 prolific character profile creators, and today I've got a wide variety of resources to share. I'll be showcasing 8 different types of products, all of which are available for free and downloadable right now. And what makes these 8 products even more amazing is that only 2 people are responsible for creating all 8. But before we see what our guests of honor have to offer, just a quick reminder that this community has many amazing creators in it. Since I worked on that last video, 2 additional creators, BT Worley and Todd Bullock, have each shared about 100 builds on the various forums. Billy Mickle has already gotten all of Todd's builds into one place, I've got a link on my website, and he's working on all of BT's as well. I really love Todd's alternate builds for some arguably underpowered profiles that you can find in the core rulebook. 2 of my favorite examples are his Rank 4 Shadowcat and Uncanny Spider-Man, each powered up from the Rank 3 Kate Pride and Nightcrawler builds that you can find in the CRB. And if you're a DC fan, BT is your new best friend. He has statted up over 100 profiles from the distinguished competition, so if you want to have some crossover hijinks or just try a DC game, he's made that possible. Billy is working on getting all of those into a Google Drive as well, so keep an eye out for them. You guys all rock. Thank you. Alright, let's reveal the 2 creators we'll be focusing on today, GM Hooly and Tate RF. Again, we've got 4 products each for these guys, 8 total. GM Hooly has some toys that are truly gorgeous and all available for free. If you're on the Facebook page or the Discord, you've probably seen his designs and you've seen them evolve. And that's because he's really good about seeking out and incorporating feedback into his designs. If you're looking to create some things to share with the community, that's a great example to follow. And that practice has served him well because he's actually got writing credits on 5 different products that are available for purchase through DriveThruRPG for the Legend of the 5 Rings and Genesis systems. He's also got a great podcast called The Forge, which focuses on the latter. I'll put links in the descriptions, but yeah, Hooly's got a history of creating great content, and we're really lucky that he's focusing those energies on Marvel. His first creation is a super handy cheat sheet, which is the only printout I have or need in front of me when I narrate. It's 2-sided, the first side has actions and reactions on it, all updated with the latest errata. I'm looking at you, Skulk. The second page has got all of the movement rules and different conditions. I love that he's got the same design and color theme as the core rulebook profiles. It just makes it feel more professional. Super useful resource. Next, Hooly has these character cards that are designed to be initiative trackers. Imagine each of these cards printed up 2-sided and in plastic sleeves. When you roll initiative, you can write the number in dry erase on the card, and then arrange all of the cards in initiative order before you start the first round of combat. And as each character or NPC takes a turn or is eliminated from the combat, you can either move the card to the back of the deck or remove it. And you've got plenty of notes at the ready if you need them. This is a really handy initiative tracker, especially if you like something tactile. And again, the design, it's just beautiful. He's got a bunch of these created already, and he's shared some of them on the various groups, and he's working on more all the time. He's even got some unique builds like a Rank 1 Vampire Thrall, and a Rank 4 Vampire Lord to go along with his Rank 2 Vampire that's in the core rulebook. And for the next product, Hooly has taken this idea a step farther. For several popular characters in the game, Hooly has put together everything you need to play that character on these cards. So you've got all the stuff you'd find on a character profile, of course, but you've also got the definitions of all of the traits, the tags, the powers for that character, with the full description of what each one does. Now imagine you're going to be running a game at the local gaming shop or even a con for a bunch of people who have never played before. People need to make quick decisions about who to play, and they need to know what those characters can do. But you've got all of these cards in a deck box with the picture of that hero on the front. So you just let your players pick the characters they want to play, and they've got everything they need, the definitions of the tags, traits, powers, in a really slick looking package. And meanwhile, you've got all of your enemies printed up and in your own deck box. Again, all of these are available for free, and Hooly's working on more all the time. But wait, there's more. And that's because Hooly also has a printable mat where all of those good-looking cards can go, with a lot of handy information like the combat sequence printed on it as well, especially useful for first-time players. Using all of these products together makes for a really great first-time experience for a new player. And while I'm aware of other similar products out there, no one has taken this kind of holistic approach, and no one has come close to incorporating the community feedback like Hooly has. Once again, all of these products are available for free. You can go to Hooly's website, the link is in the description, and he's got links to all of these downloads in one handy place. Thanks so much, Hooly. Before we pivot to Tate's contributions, I wanted to take a moment to thank everyone for all of their continued support of the channel. Every time one of you likes a video or leaves a comment, it makes a big difference with the algorithm, and it helps the video reach all of the newcomers that are coming to the game every day. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. Alright, next up we've got Tate RF, who has put out a super wide variety of resources. Again, all of them free to download. Link in the description. He has amassed about 300 pages of content. That's right between the size of Cataclysm of Kang and the core rulebook, including a brand new adventure that is dropping the day this video does. So please check out his stuff, and if you enjoy it, he's got a Patreon that I encourage you to support. We're going to start with Tate's Guide to Narrating. Now, I've run a lot of games, Marvel and otherwise, but I still found so many things in here that had me thinking, I have got to try this the next game I run. Here's a piece of advice that I love from Chapter 2. When you're running a combat and you tell a player, okay Cyclops, you're up, make sure to also tell the next player, Wolverine, you're on deck. Letting a player know that their character is next in the initiative really helps ensure that they are prepared to act quickly, which makes for a better gaming experience for everyone at the table. Tate also has a really good approach on how to build a balanced combat encounter. But Tate goes a step further and actually gives you a formula so you can create various different danger levels from low to severe. He's got good guidance on how to build hazards, which he breaks up into traps and dangers, and suggestions for how they can be used even within a combat. He's also got a random encounter table, which is very fun. Many of the results are not necessarily an enemy that you have to beat up, but maybe it's an ally or something that's in need of investigation. It'll really help keep the party on their toes. And the last thing in this resource I want to call out are his variant rules, things like a full reputation system, and even some guidelines on how you can build a chase scene. As we'll see in his encounters and adventures, he really puts a focus on the game being more than an excuse to use powers to beat up the enemies. There's plenty of vigilance, ego, and logic checks to go around in these subsystems, which I love. Tate also has several plug-and-play encounters available. These are single battles, each with a recommended rank, a summary with some background, a map with room-by-room descriptions, and character profiles, brand new ones. He really makes the maps memorable, not only with good descriptions, but excellent attention to the environment, which makes for really dynamic combats. And again, every one of these encounters has between 2 and 4 completely new character profiles. There is a ton of value packed into just a few pages. So even if you don't run the encounter fully as is, you can easily make use of some of the individual components. I hope my players aren't watching this one because I'm going to be using several of the elements that you see on the page right now for my next game. Tate also has several fully developed adventures, each of which could easily keep your party entertained for as long as the published adventures like The Revenge of the Super Skrull or The Murder World That Time Forgot could. They're each geared to a variety of ranks with recommendations on how to adapt them for either higher or lower ranks if you need to. And he includes a lot of the things that I love to see in an adventure. Suggestions on how NPCs might answer certain questions, and information about their motivations. As we saw in his narrator guide, a lot of attention to skill checks, and of course he's got obstacles like traps and dangers. And of course, maps, new character builds, and even great rewards in the form of unique tags based on the individual successes or failures that you had in the adventure. Incredible attention to detail as well. And as I'm recording this, Tate is getting ready to publish his next free adventure, which is based on the Neil Gaiman 1602 comics, which are a personal favorite of mine, so I can't wait to give these a read. And finally, if you're a Pokemon fan, Tate has a huge resource that he's published that you can tell was just a labor of love for him to put together. At 177 pages long, it's like getting a completely new game. He's got all of the rules you would need to either play a game set in the Pokemon universe or introduce Pokemon into your existing Marvel game. Tons of new powers, traits, tags, and conditions as well. And frankly, a lot of the things like the conditions are things that can be used in your regular Marvel game, Pokemon or no. An absolute ton of new items as well. And as you might expect, you get a lot of Pokemon at various ranks, each representing a different stage of their evolution. 80 pages worth of Pokemon, and 60 pages worth of unique specific powers for them. And even if you're not into Pokemon, giving this document a read can really get your creative juices flowing. You can easily borrow some of the powers for your own purposes. They're super creative and well balanced. And even though I'm not personally a Pokemon aficionado, reading this document gave me so many ideas for things that I can incorporate into my own upcoming campaigns. I encourage you guys, go out there, support Tate and all of the great work that he's doing for the community. Go to his Patreon, download his stuff for free, and if you like it, show him some love. All right, true believers, that's all I've got for you in this community spotlight. If you've got ideas for a future spotlight, please let me know in the comments. Or if you've got your own resources that you'd like to share and bring attention to, go ahead and share those as well. Spotlight's big enough for all of us. And I know that there are so many folks out there that are doing great things, more than I could ever cover myself. So think of these videos as a way to just get the conversation going and shed light on everyone in the community. Thank you guys so much, not only for liking and subscribing, but for all the things you do to make this community the incredible one that it is. Hope you all have a great day.